Howdy guys, Bookie Laura here. Today I'm going to bring you my wrap-up from the Books in the Freezer Readathon. This is a readathon that ran for 2 weeks at the start of October, and basically it was a horror readathon. The name comes from an episode of Friends where they read scary books and then they put them in the freezer. Also, apologies about this weird husky voice thing that's going on. I have no idea at all what is happening. But anyway, I really enjoyed this readathon. I decided to give it a middle grade kind of twist and to have all my books being middle grade, and I did really well. It is worth saying that I tried to do it alongside doing the Gribathon, which is a green ribbon-a-thon, reading books with a mental health theme, but the second week I really struggled. I didn't read anything that week. I had a very difficult week and I just wasn't in a very good place, and I didn't do any reading really. I read about 50 pages in the whole week, which is, you know, really down, especially on a readathon week. But I had the week before, in the first week, I read a lot, and I want to tell you all about it. Now, rather than do each of these books with a mini review of their own, I thought I'd put them all together in a wrap-up and tell you about them. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm on a new phone, so God only knows how I find a timer. So instead of setting 1.5 minutes, I'm going to set 1 minute to tell you about each of the books that I've read. And I'm going to do them in order just because I feel like I want to. And that's all there is to say about that, so I'm going to do them in order. What am I doing? Which button do I need to press? The timer, not the camera. So the first book I read was Through the Woods, which is stories by Emily Carroll. It's a collection of short stories, which was the challenge, and it's written in graphic novel format. I read this to sort of give me a kickstart, and it did exactly that, because I read it in, you know, within a couple of hours. It was alright, I'm sure, but I just don't get graphic novels. I didn't really feel scared. I think there was one I was a bit freaked out by, but in general I didn't find them scary. I didn't find it suspenseful. I think I just don't get graphic novels. They're not for me. But it is a beautiful book, and oh my god, I've set my timer for an hour rather than 1 minute, so my minute is up. Let's stop there. After that, I decided to read Neil Gaiman's Coraline. This was a book which also has a movie adaptation, and I'm delighted that I read this. I gave it 5 stars. I loved it, which is odd because I have tried to read it before and been put off. I've never been a massive Neil Gaiman fan. I think it's too fantastical for me. But I think when you're looking for a creepy read, this is exactly what you're looking for. It's creepy, but without being absolutely horrifying, and it's absolutely perfect for middle grade. I was creeped out, but I also enjoyed the fantasy element, and fantasy is not something I particularly like, so it was really interesting. I have 20 seconds and nothing to say. I gave it 5 stars, and I don't remember giving 5 stars to many other books this year, so I call that a huge success, and I'm going to take it to school and the kids hopefully will love it, and also Kick-Ass Woman. There's 4 seconds, I'm stopping there. After that, I read the Inbetween by Marina Cohen. This basically tells a story of a girl who goes with her friend somewhere travelling, and they stop at a hotel and creepiness ensues, and it's them trying to figure out what on earth is going on. I loved this. I gave it 5 stars. I read it right after Coraline, and I was like, well, if I gave that 5 stars, I'm going to have to give this 5 stars. But I loved this even more. The start was weird. Like, the characters felt really flat and two-dimensional and very dialogue-led. But as the story went on, I was really gripped. I really wanted to figure out what was going on and I was really invested in it. I do think that I predicted the end before it came. Not early, but before you were supposed to, I think. But I'm happy with that because it's a middle grade book and I am not a child. So I feel happy that actually I should have figured it out before the end. But it is very creepy, but a really mysterious, a really good thriller. I highly recommend. And then last but not least, I read the Jumbies by Tracey Baptiste on my Kindle, and I think I gave this 4 stars. Like, it was good, but I think after having read the last 2 and then being so good that it just lost a bit for me. But it's basically like Caribbean folklore that the Jumbies will come and get you, and it takes that idea and builds it into a book. So it follows I don't know what happened there. Follows a strong girl who bad stuff happens to, and yeah, and she's trying to stop the Jumbies taking over is basically the long and the short of it. this would have been better, I think, if the big badness in it hadn't been sort of revealed so early on. There's quite a bit really early on where it describes this creature creeping around and you're not quite sure what it is or what it's doing or what its motive is, and that really creeped me out. And I thought, God, this is going to be good. But then very soon after that it was revealed. I don't know how to stop it. Pause. Cancel. Oh, it's still going. Stop. Yeah, it was just revealed too early, and I think I would have been more creeped out if that had carried on. It's worth saying as well that I did intend to include Amulet, and this is a graphic novel. I will read it. I'm pretty sure I'll read it before the readathon is up, because it is only Saturday. I have one more day. But as I say, I've not been in a great place, not been reading a lot, and I just had to go, do you know what? I have to take the pressure off and just do nothing of an evening rather than read, and just concentrate on, you know, looking after myself. So that's what I did. So I will read it, and then it will probably end up with its own little review video because it can't appear in this one. So those are the books which I read as part of the books in the Freezer Readathon. Really successful when I think about it, because actually 2 5-star reads out of 4 books is amazing. So thank you so much to the 2 girls who put this readathon together, because you made me read 2 5-star books, and that is a good thing. What else did I want to say? Oh, if you know any other horror books that are middle grade-y, I would love to know about them. The kids in my class are really excited for me to take these books in so they can read them, and I would love to read more, so that I think it's a genre that really appeals to children. I hope that none of them come in saying they've had nightmares. That would make me feel terrible. If you had a go at the books in the Freezer Readathon, let me know. I'd love to check out your video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.